Loser will be spawning in the bottom right position of the map. That is Akilon Wastes. We have the green Protoss player from Evil Geniuses. It is HuK. Oh, Huckums. And spawning in the top left position as the red Zerg player. He used Nidus Worms to great effect in the last game. From Team Millennium, it is GosWser. I love that cheeky play from GosWser. There's too many boring openings for Zerg versus Protoss. It's like, well, let's just not do anything for 20 minutes. Nah, man. He's like, I'm going to Nidus your main. And, well, he Nidus it hard, and it paid off. So, HuK putting the pile inside the main base. We are going to see him go for a little bit of a gateway expandy, most likely. I don't think we're going to see him go for anything like a Forge expand with the Forge in his main. That's not really HuK's style. We did see him go for a bit of a gateway expand earlier. Actually, think, where was it? Where did I see? Where were we seeing gateway expands from HuK? I think it was versus. Yeah, I don't even know. It's been such a long day. But alas, here we are. Gateway is opening up for HuK, so we've confirmed that there's a gateway. Not really much. Not much else to debate over. So, as far as the options that the gateway expand give you, you got like. There's +1 timings you can go for with Immortals and Zealots. There's some other aggressive timings, and HuK seems to be preferring this gas setup here. Now, what this does is allow him to go for a pretty standard setup after the expansion. It kind of delays his expo a bit, but you can still get a nicely timed Stargate, and it kind of forces a reaction out of the Zerg player. You can't really do anything super greedy like a fast third hatchery. And oftentimes you see Zerg players actually take a gas just to be safe, because when you do a gateway expand, your warp gate comes in so much faster than like a Forge fast expand that the Zerg player kind of has to, I guess, respect the fact that if you really wanted to, you could do something crazy like a 4-gate or, you know, really, really, really fast 2-base gateway timing. But we will have to see. The hatchery has begun for GosWser. He did open up with the pool first. He is now going to take gas. He sees that there's no wall. And as a Zerg player, when you see no wall at the natural expansion, it means, well, obviously he's building everything in his main. So if he's building in his main, it's likely gateway play. There we see that gas start for GosWser. He wants to get the speed. He wants to make sure that if he gets hit with some sort of really fast Zealot attack, he will be able to get out enough Zerglings, and usually Speedlings, or even potentially Roaches, to deal with that pressure. Now the Overlord will come in. He sees, okay, well, the Nexus is about to start, and HuK's just going to throw that down right under this Overlord. So GosWser knows, okay, it's a gateway expand. These Lings are going to come out, maybe try to put a bit of pressure, but there's a Stalker for HuK. He's not going to be able to do much damage at all. He's trying to poke away at this Overlord, but GosWser's Zerglings, they're not going to kill the Stalker. They'll do a bit of shield damage, but the most important part is that he has protected his Overlord, and yeah, that Stalker gets down to 5 shields. No actual health damage, so that's just HuK just doing what he can. And he's going to go do a little poke with this Stalker. I like this. The Mothership Core, I'm curious if that's rallied out. No, it's rallied towards the natural. Okay, so what HuK wants to do is maybe a bit of a poke with the Stalker. He could potentially poke with the Mothership Core as well, but he's keeping a bit of the defensive options open. You have a Sentry going up behind this. We have the Zergling speed starting for GosWser, still mining 3 on gas, so we could potentially even see a Roach Horn. 6 Lings are on the way to help deal with this Stalker. Of course, it's going to be able to poke away at this Queen quite well. It does have a range advantage. It's kind of weird to think about the fact that the Stalker has more range than the Queen. You don't really think about Stalkers kiting Queens, I guess is what I mean to say. But Warp Gate's coming in soon. We do have a probe moving out behind this Mothership Core. HuK could be going for a really big aggressive play off of 2 bases here. He does have that probe moving in. The Mothership Core's there. There's the pylon. Moving up to 4 gateways. HuK, what is he doing? He's not building many probes. He's not building probes at his natural expansion. Ooh, this could be a big sign that he wants to get aggressive. The Zerglings don't know about this. Okay, now we see probe production begin again for HuK. Wasn't 100% sure what he was planning to do, but now this Mothership Core is coming home. He wants to at least prevent these Lings from doing any damage. He has 2 sentries here. He kills off these Zerglings. We see the force fields thrown down. If he kills these Lings off, then he won't be able to scout these units moving out to go for that pressure. And HuK actually keeping these sentries at home. He chrono boosting the warp gates immediately, though, so we know what HuK wants to do. Big, big Zealot pressure. And that's kind of what he does. HuK loves his gateway tactics. He loves putting on this gateway attack. He's still going to make probes throughout this, though, is kind of seems to be what his plan is. So he's not committing fully all in. He doesn't want to completely all in, but Now more and more Zealots coming in. Now GosWser does see this. He has 2 Spine Crawlers on the way. He has the Stalker. He'd love to keep this safe from the Zerglings. The Mothership are coming in, adding in a bit of extra DPS as well. He can actually time warp these Queens, and that's exactly what he's going to do. These Zealots can get right on top of the Queens. The Stalker adding in extra damage. He's got to take out these Queens and then the Spine Crawlers. If these Spines finish, that's going to be a really nice amount of extra defense. The Stalker's actually kind of left bare a little bit, and HuK realizing, okay, I actually have to kill these Spines because they are about to finish, and once they're done, things can get a bit rough. 1 Spine Crawler will die. The Zerglings, though, doing quite a bit of damage. That Spine, the second Spine, is still alive. He's doing what he needs to do. The Zealots moving in, the Queens trying to target down this Mothership core, but once this Spine falls, there's the Time Warp. There's no retreat available for GosWser. HuK might be able to tie things up here, but GosWser continuing to pump out the Speedlings. He hasn't lost any drones yet, which means as long as he can keep pumping out the Lings, once he stops this attack, he's going to be in a fantastic position moving forward. He already has his lair, so he can move straight into something like Mutalisk if he wants. He actually has a lot of gas banked, but there are a lot of Zealots here, and HuK, he's not giving up on this. He's continuing to warp in Zealots at this proxy pylon. He is being relentless. There's no +1 attack, so it does take 3 full volleys from the Zealots to kill him, but so many Zealots being warped in, and this is where you really need to have a Roach Warren or something. He's trying to get us around on these Zealots, doing so much damage to the Zerglings, but this is as good as a fight as GosWser is going to be able to get, just continuously streaming these out, and I think HuK is going to be able to just overwhelm him slowly but surely. At the very least, he could hold position next to this hatchery and just kill it off. The drones are forced to retreat. There's no third base for GosWser to send these drones to run to, so he's just going to be really oversaturated in his main. Once the Spire's done, he could try to force a really awkward base trade type scenario, but I think at this point you might want to even just get a couple Spines in your main base. There we go. 3 Spine Crawlers are going to start up for GosWser to try to defend this, but is it too late? These Zerglings, I don't think he's got anywhere near enough to deal with this. Oh, HuK's walling the Lings out of his own base. Oh, that sucks. And now he's just going to target down the Spire. I think GosWser is going to have to tap out here for this game. I don't really see any way that he's going to be able to stop this pressure coming in from HuK. Just killing off the Spine Crawlers. The drones won't be able to do much. These Lings go for a counterattack, but there are sentries. GG and HuK taking game number 2 here in this best of 3 for the Russian Starleague Group F losers match. Tying things up, and we're now 1 game away from seeing who is going to play against MMA in the final match, guys. Great play from HuK. Well-timed attack, and that's, one of the things that you can do with the Gateway Expand. You can say, hey, I'm just going to 2-base 4-gate, and that was more than enough. So we will have to see what happens in the final game. Don't go anywhere, guys. Russian Starleague losers match, game 3, coming up in just a moment.